Good morning, everybody. MG here, MGCovers, bringing you a brand new sports handicapping video. Title of this video is a review of my NCAA basketball power rankings for December 12th, 2021. We're going to review that and also give you some really solid handicapping advice, tips, strategies, etc. for college basketball. Before we do that, as always, greatly appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. Again, we're trying to hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, it is a great channel to subscribe to if you want the unadulterated truth about sports handicapping, sports betting. Got a lot of playlists on how to handicap NFL, how to handicap college basketball, how to handicap soccer. So if you dive into the channel, you'll get a lot of great information. If you follow me on social media, I'm MGCovers, covers spelled with a Z. I give out a ton of information on my Instagram storyline. So if you follow me there, you will get a lot of value simply by following me. Hey, let's dive into it. This is yesterday. You're looking to here at the left. These are my power rankings for December the 12th. Right here is the actual results. And so what I want to do first is just go through these. Now, the way that I handicap college basketball, of course, this is my line. And then what I'm looking for is at least a 5-point differential or close to that. Meaning, like, whatever my line is, we want a differential of 5. Like, for example, South Carolina, that's a -3, and the actual line was +6.5. So we have a 9.5 point differential. So we want at least right around a 5-point differential to consider that a play. Doesn't guarantee that we're going to play it. That just means that that game, the way that I handicap, has value. And then from there, we're going to handicap several situational angles. So let's just review all the games first, and we'll go back and discuss in detail each game. So the Miami, Fordham, we had Fordham -4. They did not cover. South Carolina, big comeback from a Gamecocks. We actually played this one. Took the points +6.5. They cover and win in overtime +200. Or maybe it wasn't an overtime. No, it wasn't an overtime. They just won outright. But they win there. Home dog win. William and Mary -6. They lose at home. Dayton and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech was -2.5. Actual line was +2.5. They win outright. Also win as a home dog, +120. Hampton was on the road. They were -6. They lose. Here's another home dog. We had Coastal at -12. I think that line for that game was, let's see if we can find it here real quick. Might be on this side here. Yep, there it is. Coastal was +4.5, so nice differential there of about 16. Close game, but they did win and cover +165. They cashed. Texas El Paso -4.5. Actual line was +3. They win as an away dog. PC here was -3. I think the line over here was, +10.5. Close game there. They were on the road but did cover. Kansas City -7.5. They lose as an away team. New Jersey Institute of Technology. That game was even. I think the line there was not too big. 12.5 maybe. Yep, there it is against North. Oh, it's 21.5. My bad. So they covered by 3.5 there. Kent State and West Virginia, they were close to covering. Kent State, we had Kent State at -2. I think the actual line was, this was the one I was thinking that was like 12 here. Yep, it was +12, so they almost pushed. And Tennessee State wins as an away dog. Line was -7.5. Of course, they were underdog at the books and cashed at +175. And then finally, Monmouth. This line was actually, they were -1, so it was close to that 5-point diff. They win. So power rankings end up going 8-5, 61%. And again, I don't recommend, just simply playing games with value, but I'm just showing the validity of the power rankings. Really solid college basketball model. And what I want to do here is just show you one simple strategy. I've talked about this before with regards to college basketball, is the home dog. Now, any sport that you handicap, you have to understand and be conscious of the statistical properties of a sport. So what is statistical property? A statistical property is basically a fact about that sport. For example, statistical property of NFL, home underdogs cover 52% of the time. Of those teams that cover, they also win outright 80% of the time. That's just a fact. So your handicapping should run parallel, and you should incorporate that into your handicapping. So if you play a majority of favorites in NFL, well, guess what? I don't even need to look at your numbers or your betting log. You're going to end up losing long term. In college basketball, a statistical property of college hoops is the home team wins 70% of the time. That's a huge advantage you have. So one really niche approach to college basketball is simply focusing on home dogs, because obviously you have that statistical property advantage that they win 70% of the time. So what I want to do here is just take a look at if we just focused on the home dogs. Now, if you're a client, obviously that helps, right? Because you can see the power rankings. But even if you were not a client, you can sort of spot some of these. For example, let's take a look at the South Carolina game. South Carolina was -3, +6.5 at the line. And you can see here Florida State. They were 5-3 going into this game. And my Gamecocks were 6-2. So, you could almost classify that as a 50-50 game. This definitely isn't the Florida State team from past years, but still a decent basketball team. And they, came out really strong there in the first half. South Carolina came back. But in any event, South Carolina was a home dog. So we have that 70% statistical property working in our favor, and they cover. So we're just going to look at these home dogs. So that was 1-0. And let's scroll down here to Dayton. Same deal here. Let's take a look overall. So going into this game, Virginia Tech was 7-3. Dayton was 6-4. So fairly evenly matched teams. And again, it's rare for the books. More times than not, they are going to shade the line to this home team, which means like most of the time, the home team will be the favorite, but occasionally you will see home dogs, and again, that gives you a great advantage. As you see here, Dayton covers and wins +120. So far, that home dog is 2-0. And we'll take a look at this. Scroll back up to this William and Mary game. William and Mary, we had William and Mary -6, but with a little bit of research here, another reason why this was a no play. Fairfield going in this game was 6-3, and you can see William and Mary was 1-10. So even though William and Mary was a home dog, you can use some basic common sense. And like I've always said, when you're placing a wager, you ask yourself before you place that wager, hey, is this a good wager? Wagering on a team to win that's 1-10 going up against a team that's 7-4. Not a good wager, but still we'll count it just for the sake of this video looking at home dogs. So that loss. So now we're 2-1 with home dogs, right? All right, let's keep scrolling. Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers. Yeah, same deal here. This is a tough battle. We had Coastal -12 home dog. They were +4.5. And again, when I'm talking about these home dogs, it is, I would recommend playing these on the money line. So far you'd have cashed South Carolina +200. Would have lost the William and Mary game. Cashed Dayton at +120. And then, of course, Coastal here would have cashed as well at +165. All right. And let's keep scrolling here. And that's it. So, just using yesterday, and the great thing about doing this, so if you just, if you're working a regular job, you're busy, you don't have a lot of time to handicap, or, you do have a lot of time, but just want to focus on this niche, this is a really great way to, because what happens is when you look at a college basketball card, there's just a lot of games. I mean, there were 94, 96 games on Saturday. So this is a great way to consolidate your handicapping to just focus on home dogs, and it gives you a huge advantage. So you Cash South Carolina, Cash Dayton, Cash Coastal. So you went 3-1. Only loss was William and Mary. And if you're playing on the money line, well, then you're paying no juice. So you'd actually, what's that? Plus 200, plus 120, plus 165. Let's add this up here. So that would have been plus 200, plus 165, plus 120. And then that becomes, so 4.85 units. If you're wagering 1 full units minus the 1 unit, whoops. So that would be, I was trying to do it in Google Sheets. So yeah, you would net out 3.85 units and go 3-1. And again, if you wager the traditional way, taking the points on all those 3-1, you would be up just 2 units, right? Actually, you'd be up less than 2 units, right? Because you'd have, you would win 3, so that'd be 300, and you lose that minus 110. So then that becomes, 2.9 units. So you can see 2.9 units. So you can see the advantage of playing money line dogs at home. So using this strategy, you'd be up 3.85 units, and wagering the traditional way, 2.9 units. So home dogs and college basketball is a great way to play. If you want access to all these power rankings you see here, it gives you a huge advantage. You can do that. It's $49.95 per month. If you want access to all these power rankings, all my coaching videos, as well as all my plays for all sports, that is $99 per month. Really good time to join. We will be profitable in college basketball. We had it's always a great sport. If you want to join for an entire year, that offers the best value. It's $4.99 per month. And that gives you about a $600 discount off of the monthly price. If you paid it in full, it'd be $1,200. So huge discount. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.